We are online. Today I would like to propose a sharing about my experience with the shamanism. Um, it has been an amazing journey with more than maybe 150 or more ceremonies. It all started in 2014, where I was in a group of meditation, and I was in USA and I met shamanism in the group of meditation. And I wanted to push the meditation far deeper, let's say, with the help of the medicine. So it started with ayahuasca and also mushroom ceremonies. And I didn't had the need to test other medicine because there was properly doing the job and don't need to anything else. So I started with ayahuasca and mushroom. For me, it's very, very similar. I have a preference for mushroom ceremonies. Just because it's very, very similar, and it's not about the medicine itself, it's about the intent, the music, the shaman, the whole stage and belief system that is around the ceremony that is going to be more influential than the medicine itself. So, but the medicine does its job. So at the beginning of my journey of experimenting ayahuasca and mushroom, I completely recognized that I didn't know anything about the world and about what was beyond the image of the world, let's say. And it has been different experiences, like visual experiences with third eye open, with a lot of fractals, multidimensionality experimented very vividly. But for me, it was not about what I was able to experiment as multidimensionality and fractals of sacred geometry, colors, and feeling of other dimensions. Okay, it was not the point for me. The point was the same that it was set when I was meditating without any medicine before. And it was about the realization of the self, the dissolution of ego, and the awakening into the kingdom of the creator that we call heaven or nirvana or le ciel. So different names for the same thing that is a spiritual kingdom. And that was the purpose. With the good intent and the help of this higher self and the good intention, of course, rapidly the ceremony went into the direct experience of nothing else than you can call God, that you recognize by direct experience as real. And the questions start to arise when there is the coming back of the experience of the human being with the human flesh and the limitation of the physical body and physical senses. when you just experimented the infinite, unlimited, I would not say consciousness, it's beyond consciousness, it's spirit. Because for me, consciousness is duality. To be conscious of something, you need two, the subject and the object to be conscious of. So for me, it's still part of the ego consciousness, and the oneness of spirit, where there is nothing else than that, was always the goal for me. And one day it happened in 2017, the beginning of 2017, the experience of what we call samadhi, dissolution into this pure light of love. And I didn't know why it was coming back to the experience of the dream and the limitation of the flesh again. And so the question started to arise, directly asked to God himself, because I know he's real and he's here. And so I can talk with him and ask questions. And so the question was coming from the limited character, of course, that was still believing that he's running the show, let's say. And the question was about why it is so difficult to stay in that state of pure spirit, and what it was needed to come back as the character and imitation of flesh and human life. And the answers, they came in the form of two books that I was not reading before. I was not influenced too much by any cultural things, even if I had a Catholic environment in my youth, but it never has been a dogma for me, or a religion for me. So I was not influenced by lectures, and those two books came into my realm as answers for the question I was asking to God about the limitation of the experience of the physical body. And it's very, when you shift from the dreamland of the universe and flesh, body, time, space experience of perception of the physical senses and limited mind, to the infinite oneness of God, it's the real questions comes. It's not the end of the journey, it's the beginning, but the real questions, they are coming, and they are asked, and they are pointing to the resistance to the truth that we hold in our unconscious mind. So those two books was A Course in Miracle, and the second one was The Disappearance of the Universe by Gary Renard. So those two books was there to answer all those questions and put an end to the dream state, if there was not only the reading, of course, of those books, but the acceptance of the truth in it, and the practice of real forgiveness and letting go all the bullshit of the dream, past, present, and future. So it was, in my experience, from opening sometimes the third eye vision, but not being able to to shift permanently into this state of normal state of pure spirit, pure love. And so it was like if a light was opening sometimes, but the problem was not coming from the possibility of opening the third eye, but from the resistance to the dream and to the reality. And that's the opening of the crown. That is the complete let go of everything, of this world completely. So it's awakening, letting go of the dream. So this is my experience, and I saw many different shamans before I was conducting my own ceremonies, and I'd say that in the limitation of what the words can express in the limited fold of the dream, because now the truth is that there is only one shaman, and it appears when the character disappears, when it is put aside, when there is nothing left, the real shaman appear. And for me, there is only one shaman, it's God. So when I see in the dreamland my brothers and sisters that says, oh, I am this, I am that, I am this shaman, I am this practitioner, and putting around it some influences of the world, of the past, of any culture. It is an attachment to something that does not exist. So I don't have any, in the ceremony I offer, there is no ritual of any kind about any culture on earth. It's all about silence, stillness, reality, that is love, oneness, and inside, not outside in the dreamland. So there is a work of forgiveness to do before, of purification of the mind before the ceremony. A good intent, a clear intent to set up before the ceremony. And of course, there is music that is very helpful during the ceremony. There is a playlist of music that I have since a long time, and it's wonderful. And it's not, it's almost all of them are mantras, and they don't speak about anything in this world. In my ceremonies, there is no Pachamama, there is no wind and fire, there is only the truth, only what is beyond all this veil of universe, Maya, matrix, whatever you want to call it. So that's the difference. It's very pure. One lesson also that is taught during those ceremonies is that the mushroom does not exist. That's also one lesson I received and I share. Everything that we use as magical tools in the dreamland of magical thoughts can be helpful, but at one moment they have to be let go, dropped off. And so they are not part of the reality. So it can help, and it can also be not necessary if you remove the belief that you gave to the images, that they have power now because of your belief on it. It can be done without any medicine. I take an example of what they are doing with placebo and nocebo. So it's all in the mind. So this image that you see, this character, this screen, this whole universe is all in your mind. So it's not something else, somewhere else. It's in your mind. So it can be seen without medicine, but the medicine was very useful in my path. And it's not about the medicine itself, it's about the intent that is behind the medicine. The medicine is a tool. The tool can be used for different reasons, different ways. So the intent is more important, letting go of all the bullshit, and there is a tremendous amount of bullshit on earth regarding the belief systems. It's tremendous, the number of things that we believe that are true, and they are not at all. So yeah, it's tremendous. So it can help, but it's a whole thing together. The intention, the good practitioner that is here to delete himself from the picture, to let what is revealed to itself during the ceremony, that we call a shaman, but that is nothing, just another character in the puppet show. So that is important. The medicine quality, the setting up of the place, the thing that is necessary is only to be quiet, safe, inside, and into the dark. For the further is easier. No interaction, human interaction. Go inside and don't focus on anything else than inside. Close your eyes, go inside deep in your heart. And yeah, the good intention, the good music. And it's okay. It can help. So it's not necessary, but it can help. And I saw many people in my ceremonies. It's more than 1,000 people actually. So I know that it helps. It can just, it's not going to change the results because you are already what you are here and now, before the creation of the universe, midway, afterwards, nothing happened, no problem. So it's not going to change anything, but it can just save you time, because time does not exist neither, but in the dream it saves you times of dreaming of incarnation and soul reincarnation that not exist neither. It's just a dream. So you will see it by yourself. The truth doesn't move, so it's all the same. And yeah, it can help. So do not hesitate. If you want me to organize a ceremony for you, I can move to your place also, or you can come. You can visit the website ichoosepeace.love to know the next event we are preparing for the next ceremonies here in the south of Portugal. Et voilà. Je vous souhaite à tous et à tous une excellente journée. I wish you a wonderful day, and I see you soon. Ciao, ciao.